your favorite teams play on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Good evening. Welcome to Your Primetime Sports. We're back in basketball action here on Your Primetime Sports. We are at the Mustang Athletic Complex, or it is affectionately known as the MAC here in Monette, to bring you tonight's game of the week. The Marmaduke Greyhounds travel here to face the Buffalo Island Central Mustangs. I'm Dave Grim, and alongside me, back after a absence, he's back. It's Clifton Garmrath.
Good evening.
I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad I'm back. I'll tell you what, I've kind of missed this. We had a couple of cancellations on games, and
then our computer went down
because of football playoffs, and this is the first time we've been back together since football season.
They're announcing the starting lineups as we speak. Morgan Hawley starting for the Marmaduke Greyhounds. Also Casey Reagans, number 30 Dylan Van Gilder, number 15 Zach McDowell, and number 12 Derek Donald, the visiting Marmaduke Greyhounds. That's who we're here to cover, the Greene County team. Of course, we got the Buffalo Island Central Mustangs about to get announced their starting lineups right now.
And they're like home.
It's just right over the,
Well, I did so much here for years in the photography end of it, and, walk in and everybody's tapping you on the shoulder and saying hi, so.
And I am very familiar with this broadcast booth that we're in from my former job as well. It's been a while, but it's good to be back here in the MAC. James Tate, Josh McCormick, Jeremy Smith, Daniel Davis, and Brandon Laircy are the starters for the Buffalo Island Central
Did you say Josh
Mustangs.
McCormick?
Yes.
Okay, I missed it.
This is a conference game in the 3AA North Conference, the 3AA North Conference.
Right, BIC's 11-5.
They're 11-5 overall. They're 3-2 in conference play. Marmaduke comes in here undefeated in conference, 4-0. They're 10-4 overall.
And I'm gonna tell you something, Dave. Their junior high just really impressed me a minute ago. It wasn't the score as much as what they did on the floor. So I was really impressed.
Well, we're underway here. Buffalo Island Central controls the tip, and they throw it down low to number 4. That's James Tate, and he steps on the baseline with it, out of bounds. It'll be Marmaduke basketball. And bringing it down for the Greyhounds, Morgan Hawley brings it across the timeline and sets up the Marmaduke offense. Throws it over left side, number 15, Zach McDowell. McDowell wants to throw it inside, nobody there. Works it back around the perimeter. Morgan Hawley now kicks it up top, Casey Reagans. Now down to the baseline it goes, nobody open inside, they kick it back out. Zach McDowell, now three-pointer on the way, and it's off the mark for Casey Reagans. Marmaduke tracks it down. They'll keep it alive. They work it inside again, this time to Derek Donald. He can't go anywhere with it, kicks it back out. Another three-pointer on the way. That one's good, and Marmaduke strikes first on the three-pointer from Zach McDowell.
Marmaduke very, very patient on that first possession there.
3-0 Greyhounds here early with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Buffalo Island Central basketball. And they work it in the paint, and they kick it back out. And that's a three-pointer on the way. No good for Josh McCormick.
Yeah, they got number 24 for Buffalo Island over the back there.
First foul of the ball game. 24 is Daniel Davis. First foul for either team. And so now it is Marmaduke basketball. They lead it 3-0. Here come the Greyhounds. Over left side it goes to McDowell. He kicks it up top. Donald now working around the right side. He drives the baseline, puts it up off the glass, and that is a foul. He'll go the line. That is Morgan Hawley who drew the foul, and he'll go the line to shoot a couple.
Hawley is such a good-looking player. Very good basketball player.
Hawley makes the first of 2 free throws, makes the score 4-0.
You know, these Buffalo Island kids were junior high kids when I was over here taking their pictures.
Missed the second one. Live ball on the rebound, and Marmaduke comes down with it, keeps it alive. Casey Reagans, and that's a three-pointer for Reagans.
Marmaduke out to a quick 7-0 lead.
Leading by a touchdown here early. And now turnover Buffalo Island Central commits the turnover going the other way, and Marmaduke will get it back again. 6:18 remaining first quarter. The inbound pass is to Hawley, and Hawley will control the offense. Hawley kicks it over, right side. Reagans, back up top it goes. New player in the game, that's Dylan Van Gilder. And now baseline jumper won't go. Rebound, Buffalo Island Central. Going the other way fast. Long pass ahead to Daniel Davis and whistle, and it is a foul on the floor committed by Marmaduke. They'll inbound the basketball in front of the BIC student section. Jeremy Smith will do the honors. And he does, and it goes all the way up top to Daniel Davis. Now Davis throws it down. Low off the glass. It won't go for Tate. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Buffalo Island Central. New computer. I don't know if you can hear us better, but we can hear us better.
Boy, can we. Brand new computer on top of that.
Brand new gateway.
You caused me to get deep in my pocketbook.
Sorry. Marmaduke basketball. Three-pointer on the way. That one's not going to go for Reagans. He gets his own rebound, follows it, and commits a charge driving to the basket.
And that was number 54, Brandon Larcey, that picked up that charge foul for the Mustangs.
And now that should be, let's see, 2 team fouls each now for both these squads. BIC with the basketball. They work it across the timeline. Cross-court pass all the way over in the corner to Josh McCormick. McCormick wants to throw it inside. It's picked off. Picked off by Marmaduke going the other way. Long pass on the fast break. It goes off the glass and in for Zach McDowell. 9-0 now Marmaduke here early. 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Mustangs trying to score. This one's picked off inside. Going the other way again for the Greyhounds. Pass ahead to Hawley. Now three-pointer on the way. It's not going to go for McDowell. Offensive rebound put back up by Reagans. It won't go. Now BIC comes down with it going the other way. McCormick comes down with a rebound. They work it down low. And up off the glass finally. BIC gets on the scoreboard. Daniel Davis makes the lay-in, and it's 9-2 Marmaduke.
Nice reverse layup by Davis.
Marmaduke with the basketball. And that is Reagans. Now up top. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Again, Zach McDowell. And they've made 3 out of about 4 or 5 from three-point land here early in the ballgame. 12-2. BIC with the basketball on the fast break going the other way. They get the bucket. That's number 15 with the bucket, whose name I've already forgotten. It's Josh McCormick. Makes it 12-4.
McDowell for Marmaduke, he's not shy on shooting the basketball, is he?
No, he pops it every time he gets it. Now that one goes up and in from down low for Reagans, and it's 14-4, a 10-point lead for Marmaduke. Here come the Mustangs, trying to eat into that double-digit lead here early. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. It's picked off. Picked off by Hawley going the other way. Hawley has it top of the key. Kicks it over. Left side. Three-pointer. Reagans won't go. Offensive board again. Marmaduke has been all over the offensive glass tonight. They can't get that one to go, but Buffalo Island Central gets the rebound that time, and we're going the other way. Coming down with it that time was Jeremy Smith. Now they work it down low. Shot underneath the basket won't go for Larcey. And Marmaduke gets it going the other way. This time they throw it away out of bounds.
Well, this is the first time that we've covered a Greene County team other than Paragould or Tech.
That's
being
true.
Marmaduke. And what I'm noticing here is Marmaduke really stingy on defense, good offensive rebounding, and they're shooting the ball well and making really good passes.
And, back when I used to cover both these schools a lot, that would be the description of Buffalo Island Central.
Yes.
Not so this time. And now whistle and a travel called against Buffalo Island Central while we were talking.
We had some new players enter the game for Marmaduke.
Well, we'll get to that here in just a second.
Okay.
We've got a 30-second timeout, and we're going to take it. We'll be back in half a minute on YourPrimetimeSports.com. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 10-point lead for the visiting Greyhounds. over the home team, Buffalo Island Central Mustangs. And it's Marmaduke basketball. And dribbling down and across the timeline for the Duke is Morgan Hawley. Now three-pointer. And it's good again. Zach McDowell, he's made 3 of the 4 three-pointers, I believe, with Reagan's making the other one. 17-4. Marmaduke just all over the Mustangs here tonight. Down low it goes. Shot off the glass and in. And a bright spot on the night. So far, this one's Dylan Strickland who made that one.
Now is
number 30.
Oh, what I was going to say is that was a good fingertip pass by Larcy.
Assist from Larcy.
Yes.
Marmaduke basketball, driving in the paint, shot up off the glass and in. Dylan Van Gilder makes it 19-6 Marmaduke. Here come the Mustangs. Smith brings it across. Smith kicks it over, right side, driving the baseline, shot up and in for number 41, Wes Colbert. Or Colbert, if you believe Comedy Central.
Colbert,
yeah.
Colbert in the Northeast Arkansas area.
That's right. 19-8 the score. Marmaduke with the lead and the ball. Shot won't go from the paint. It's rebounded by BIC, and we're going the other way. Yanked out of the sky by Daniel Davis, and he goes the length of the floor and then gets in trouble, has to pass it off. Now from the corner, that shot won't go, but we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. And it is going to be a foul on the rebound attempt against Marmaduke.
Push off on
Van Gilder.
Van Gilder, yeah.
So it will remain on this end of the floor. BIC basketball. They trail by 11 here with 73 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They inbound the basketball to Strickland. And now it is loose and stolen away by Marmaduke. Going the other way, McDowell. They work it inside, off the glass, all alone. Number 10, Will Winberry, was just all alone down there. Camped out. Makes it 21-8. We're down under a minute to play in the first quarter. Here come the Mustangs. Colbert throws it away. Marmaduke basketball. Going the other way fast. Hawley brings it down, throws it down low. Shot off the glass and in, and the foul. And there's Winberry again. Same spot. This time he draws the foul with a chance to make this a three-point play.
Great pass from Hawley to Winberry.
And he was there, and he knew he had it. And the guy that fouled him just gave him a shove because it was the only way to defend that shot at that point. Didn't do any good. 23-8 now with half a minute to play in the first quarter. Three-point play is completed for Winberry, 24-8.
So already a 16-point lead here in the first frame of the game. Marmaduke's running away with this, Dave, at this point.
Buffalo Island Central still got a long ways to go. They're going to try and eat into that lead, and that will help right there. A lay-in down low for number 23. That's Jeremy Smith. Makes it 24-10. Here come the Greyhounds with 10 seconds left in the quarter. Reagans, 5 seconds left, shoots it from the paint. It is short. Rebound goes out of bounds at the buzzer. 24-10, the score. The Duke leads BIC by 14, and we'll be back in 1 minute on YourPrimetimeSports.com. All right, the clock says there are 8 minutes left to go in this half, and we're back underway. Marmaduke with the basketball and a big lead, 24-10 over the home team, the Buffalo Island Central Mustangs. Will Winberry has it up top. Works it inside, and we're going to have a travel called. Battling for position down there was Morgan Hawley, and he shuffled his feet just a little bit, turned the ball over. But now here come the Mustangs. Smith gets it across the timeline to Jacob Sanders. It's picked off inside. We're going the other way. And now it's picked off going that way. Back and forth we go here. BIC loses it out of bounds.
Well, that was a little sloppy on both ends for a moment.
They threw that last pass to the cheerleaders. So now it's Marmaduke basketball. Nice slow pace. Walking it down the floor is Hawley. Hawley hands it to Reagans. Reagans will run the offense for the Greyhounds. Throws it over, left side, Chris Jones. First time we've called out his name tonight. Now up top to Hawley. Hawley, right side, Reagans for three. It won't go. Rebound, Marmaduke. Back up and in, Winberry. No, it does not go in, and it's rebounded by BIC. In and out, no good on that one. Fast break going the other way. BIC can't get the first shot to go. Gets the second one to go. That's Davis on the putback, and it's a 24-12 lead now for the Greyhounds. Here come the Mustangs. I'm sorry. Here I had it backwards. Yeah, here come the Greyhounds. They lead it 24-12. They've got the ball. 6.5 minutes left in the half. Winberry has it on the left side. Winberry throws it up top. Number 23, Jones. Now three-pointer on the way. Good for Casey Reagans. They have been on fire from three-point land so far here in the first half.
What are they, 5 of 6?
I think they're 6 of 8.
6 of 8?
6 of 8. I will check that at halftime. And again, BIC turns the ball over.
There was a timeout by the BIC coach because I'm going to tell you, if BIC plans on getting back in this ball game, they're going to have to cut down on their turnovers.
We'll keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. We were talking about something during the break. We were talking about Albert Pujols leaving the Cardinals.
And you wanted my opinion.
And going to the Angels, the Los Angeles Angels, the California Angels, the Anaheim Angels, whatever they call themselves these days.
Well, he went to a good team in the American League that I like, number one. I'm not an American League fan. I'm a National League fan, but I do like the Angels. But there's no way that anyone in the Midwest or any besides California offering more than what they did, because I don't think he's.
I think they're pinning a lot of hopes on him. 10 years.
It's an entertainment deal for them.
Yeah. We may talk about that some more later. We're back underway here. Marmaduke. Oh, a nice block shot inside, but Marmaduke comes up with a rebound. Still can't get it to go. Finally, the putback by Hawley. But there was a great block shot in that series by number 54, Brandon Lacey. Nonetheless, Marmaduke comes away with points. It's 29-12 now, and a steal there. And the Greyhounds are on the run with it again. Jones throws it inside. Shot from the paint. Won't go for Donald. Offensive rebound. They kick it back out. Hawley traveled with the basketball. 3 seconds in the lane.
I started to say that Donald needed to get out of the lane after he got that rebound because they're fixing to call 3 seconds, and sure enough, they did. He just camped out in there after he passed it out.
5.5 to play in the half. Still 29-12, red team. And here come the Mustangs. Down low it goes. Shot up and in, and the foul. That is number 30 for the Mustangs, Dylan Strickland, who got the bucket and the foul. And Strickland will go the line. That is only team foul number 4 against Marmaduke.
Good assist from Davis, too.
Could not complete the three-point play. It's a live ball rebounded by the Greyhounds. Marmaduke basketball. McDowell has it up top. Kicks it over. Right side, Reagans. Reagans directing traffic. Calls out the offense. Now kicks it over to Winberry in the corner. Winberry wants to throw it inside. There's nobody open. They work it around. Three-pointer. McDowell can't get it to go. Chased it down. Marmaduke comes up with it. They work it inside this time. Battling for position. Puts it up and can't get it to go. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Marmaduke. And down low in there, it was Derek Donald. Could not get it to drop, and then it got batted out. 4-4-4 up there on the scoreboard. 4:44 left to play in the half. 29-14 to score. Again, it's picked off by Marmaduke, but they step on the sideline with it and hand it right back to the Mustangs. I tell you what, the biggest stat of this game so far, not the three-pointers, but the turnovers by BIC when they try and set up their offense. Marmaduke's just picking them apart.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, that they're going to have to cut down on turnovers.
There's a bucket and a foul for BIC. Number 23 is Jeremy Smith. Gets the bucket, and he's going the line to try and make it 3.
Another three-point opportunity for BIC.
And he got it this time. 29-17, 4.5 to play in half. All day long, he's down there. Long pass ahead, and he was by himself. Casey Reagans puts it up and in, 31-17.
BIC got caught relaxing.
Lackadaisical play. So now the Mustangs with the basketball, trying to work their offense against the against the Greyhound defense. They finally got a bucket to go.
From Laracy.
Laracy got that one to go. It's 31-19. 4 minutes to play in the half. Three-pointer on the way. That one won't go for Reagans. And the rebound comes off to BIC. Now it's stolen away. Stolen by McDowell, and we're going back the other way. Greyhound basketball. Long pass ahead. Long two-pointer. Good.
They're calling it a three.
It was not a three.
They're changing it. They're changing it.
They changed it. Van Gilder made the long two. 33-19 now. 3.5 to play in the half. This one goes out of bounds into the student section. Last touch by, there's a difference of opinion.
Well, the ref down below could not tell, so he had to ask for help at the top up here.
They're saying it was last touch by Marmaduke. It'll be BIC basketball. And now they throw the ball in, and from the paint, the shot is up and in for number 24, Daniel Davis. So now here come the Greyhounds, leading by a dozen, 33-21, 3:15 and counting left to play in the half. Winberry up top, directing traffic, gives it over to Reagans. Now up top it goes to McDowell. Winberry fakes one way, goes the other, throws to Reagans on the right wing. Now back up top. Van Gilder throws it down low. Shot off the glass and in for Hawley. They worked that one for a long time, but they came away with the points, 35-21.
And that's really
BIC basketball.
That's really how they started the game, was working the ball like they just did.
But BIC's been giving them lots of opportunities for fast breaks and everything else.
This Laracy kid, I don't ever remember him. He must be
well, he's the biggest kid on the floor by far, and now he's going to take him a little breather. He's going to go sit down. Coach Oaf
he
gives
looks
him
like
a breather.
He's 6'4", 6'5", from up here.
All right, BIC has the basketball. They're working their offense. Number 30, Dylan Strickland. Now they work it in the corner. That three-pointer won't go for Smith. Offensive rebound put back up. It won't go. Now Marmaduke comes away with it. McDowell, three-pointer on the way. In and out, no good. Offensive board, Winberry back up and in. 37-21.
Winberry doing a really good job down at the low post. Picked up some offensive rebounds and some garbage buckets. And
Marmaduke, BIC 11-5 on the season. They're not a bad team.
No.
That was batted out of bounds. Last touched by Marmaduke, so it'll still be BIC basketball. Checking back in is Laracy.
And Colbert.
And Colbert checks in as well. And Colbert will throw the ball in bounds for the Mustangs. He gets it into Laracy. Now the top it goes to Davis. Now Colbert works it inside. Off the glass, can't get it to go. Offensive board is out of bounds. Last touch by BIC.
Well, there was a golden opportunity for a bucket for BIC down low like that.
Minute 45 left here in the first half. We'll take a break at halftime, folks, so don't run off. Marmaduke basketball. Long two-pointer. It won't go. Laracy pulls it down for BIC. And now Smith goes to his knees, has to pass the ball, and he does to Colbert. Colbert for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound Marmaduke. Going the other way. Reagans down low to Winberry. Winberry off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound battle for BIC. Comes out of there with it. Colbert throws to Smith. Smith brings it across the timeline. Now we've got a whistle away from the ball. We've got debris on the floor. They'll clear that off and they'll resume play with 66 seconds left to play here in the first half. And they get it into Laracy. Laracy trying to get people where he wants them. Now throws to Smith. Smith over on the right side. Throws it inside. It's batted out of bounds. No, it's last touched by BIC. With 1 minute to play, Marmaduke has the ball. 37-21, they lead it big. 16 points. Hawley brings it down. Hawley gives over to Reagans, right side. Reagans drives in the paint, now kicks it out. Long two-pointer on the way, good. Dylan Van Gilder 40 seconds left in the half. It's 39-21. BIC basketball. Laircy rather. Kicks it over left side to Smith. 25 seconds left in the half. They work it inside all alone. Nice play. Number 24, Daniel Davis, puts it up and in. 39-23 with 15 seconds left in the half. Now down to 10. Hawley looks over the defense. 8 seconds. Hawley throws it down low to Winberry. Off the glass. Can't get it to go. Tip won't go. Battle for on the rebound. And it's going to run out of time before anybody can get a handle on it. 39-23. Marmaduke undefeated in conference play. They're 4-0 coming in. And they are all over the home team, Buffalo Island Central Mustangs. 39-23. We're going to take a halftime break. About 10 minutes or so, depending on how much time they throw on the clock up there, and we're going to take the break with them. So don't run off. We'll be back with the second half in, looks like 8 minutes. 8 minutes until we come back on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Your favorite teams play on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
And welcome back to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Oh, I forgot about that thing.
Let her run. We got to have our sweep. You forgot about our sweep.
A little sweep. Okay, now I'll welcome you back to YourPrimetimeSports.com for the second half of our game of the week. Marmaduke versus Buffalo Island Central. Key conference matchup, and Marmaduke is leading so far 39-23. And it'll be Buffalo Island Central basketball to get things back underway. Davis gets the inbound pass, gives to Smith. Smith brings across the timeline. And Coach Garrett Oaf directing traffic down there from the sideline. They work it inside to Laircy. He's got nowhere to go. He kicks it back out. Now they kick it all the way back out to half court. Smith will reset the Mustang offense to Laircy. Now down low. Shot off the glass and in for Davis. 39-25. Buffalo Island Central trying to mount them a comeback here in the second half. Here come the Greyhounds. They've been on fire from three-point land tonight. Let's see if that carries over into the second half. Well, they work it inside. The shot won't go, but an offensive rebound put back up, and it won't go. And it's rebounded by BIC. Smith brings it down. Inside to Laircy. Down low. Shot off the glass and in for James Tate. And Tate draws the foul. And Tate will shoot a free throw.
And Marmaduke down low got caught napping.
And we've got a whistle. And a timeout called by Marmaduke. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. 39-27 the score. Now, these two teams, conference matchup, 3AA North. Marmaduke 4-0 in conference play so far. 10-4. You know, it's hard to believe they've already played 14 ball games.
Well, when you don't,
and they've already played 16 here at BIC.
When you don't have football, you know, they
start back in
early.
October.
Yeah.
Both these schools, neither one have a football team.
They've probably already both played in a tournament each, you know. And as good as both teams are, they probably ran through the tournament three or four games.
So here's the free throw now after the timeout. Free throw for James Tate to try and make it an 11-point ball game. And it's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound Marmaduke. 7 minutes to play in the third. That one's into the front row.
BIC's pressing starting the second half.
Applying pressure to Marmaduke, and that forced that turnover. They threw that one at a guy sitting in the second row, really.
They've cut Marmaduke's lead down to 12.
They bring it across the timeline, and then they throw it out of bounds.
And again,
unforced errors.
Yeah.
The pressure is on. Full court press by the Mustangs. Working against the press. Reagans throws it across the timeline. It's batted, but Marmaduke comes up with it off the glass and in for number 12, Derek Donald. And he caught that on the deflection. Well, he was in the right place at the right time.
I was just going to say, right place at the right time.
41-27.
Smith needs to be real careful. He's going to get a push-off with that left arm.
Shot down low won't go for BIC. It's rebounded by Marmaduke, and we're going the other way fast. Hawley on the run. Hawley in the paint. Kicks it back out. Needs help. Now for three. It won't go for Reagan's. Offensive board. Hawley puts it up. He's shoved from behind. No foul called.
There. Wow.
And it's rebounded by BIC. And Coach Steve Ritchie up off his bench, giving the referee what for. And now we've got a whistle. We've got two players tied up on the floor. And timeout was granted to the Mustangs before they lost possession.
BIC really fortunate there because, once again, Jeremy Smith used that left arm, and the player went to the ground, and then he tangled up with his feet and fell on top of him. And the coach for the Mustangs called timeout. But I just seen two things there on both ends that the referees just overlooked. I mean, over the back, Marmaduke, BIC should have been called for a foul down here.
Right here, they were. You know, a lot of times you hear the crowd say, let them play, let them play. They were really letting them play right here when they were wallowing around on the floor.
That was a little bit too much. And why Coach Ritchie was off the bench down there was because, once again, what I mentioned a minute ago, Smith, number 23, when he came down with the rebound down by the baseline, he come up with that elbow, and Coach Ritchie was letting that ref know, hey, he's throwing that elbow out there.
There was two different fouls that could have been called down there.
One over the back and one on the elbow.
One shove, and one elbow. Well, BIC was granted the timeout out of thin air, basically. They hit the ball.
Coach Ritchie still giving him an earful.
Mustang basketball coming out of the timeout. It's Smith who gets the inbound pass and brings it across for the Mustangs. Throws it over right side to McCormick. McCormick trying to, he's in trouble over there, and he throws it off the knee of a Marmaduke player so he can get out of trouble. Out of bounds. Mustang ball. Tate will inbound it, and he does. He gets it in the corner to Davis. Davis throws it inside. Smith off the glass, can't get it to go. Wide open, all alone, and can't get it to drop. And Marmaduke comes out of there with it. 5.5 to play, third quarter.
But he made a good catch on the pass. It was a little higher than he is. And
now Marmaduke's shot won't go, and it is out of bounds. Last touch by BIC. Greyhounds lead it 41-27 here in the third quarter. And they've got the basketball. Hawley looking for somebody to throw it inbounds to. Hasn't found somebody yet. Now he does. Finds Donald. So now Hawley has it up top. Kicks it over right side. I'm sorry, Reagan's. Down low to McDowell. His shot won't go. Rebound. Larsey going the other way. And the pass all the way up to and up and in. Great placement for McCormick. He was in the right place at the right time. 41-29 the score. Down under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Reagan's. Now Hawley. Three-pointer. Short. Rebound. Larsey. Now it's stolen away, and Reagan's goes up with it, and he is fouled, and he'll shoot two. 4:43 remaining in the third. Reagan's at the line to shoot a couple here. There's one team foul apiece here in the second half. First free throw is short.
Ought to be about three apiece. I said there ought to be about three apiece.
Three, yeah. They're letting them play.
They're letting them play.
Second one is good, and that makes it 42-29. Now, did you determine whether or not we're going to be going to Mountain Home next week?
No, I haven't.
That one's stolen away by Marmaduke. We're going the other way fast. Hawley on the fast break. His layup won't go. Larsey defended that shot, and the Marmaduke fans wanted a foul. There was a foul call, but it was after the fact against Marmaduke.
Yeah, and you can't really blame the Marmaduke crowd and Coach Ritchie for getting up like they did because he looked like he got hacked.
So now Mustangs trying to inbound the basketball, and they lose it out of bounds, and it's all academic because now it's Marmaduke basketball.
And I'm not sure the referee's watching the same game that we're watching. You know how I feel about referees anyway, don't you?
Yeah. Marmaduke basketball, they inbound it to McDowell. McDowell gives it over right side, Van Gilder. Now they work it inside. Donald kicks it back out. McDowell for three, a rainbow three. It's well off the mark. And it's rebounded by Smith.
He's cooled off on them three-pointers.
They haven't made one in the second half so far. So now it's BIC basketball, and he works it in, and in traffic puts it up and in. Josh McCormick.
And they've cut this game to 11.
4 minutes to play, third quarter. It's an 11-point ball game. Marmaduke leads it. They've got the basketball, 42-31. Hawley gives it over right side to Reagans. Reagans wants somebody open inside. There's not anybody. Now they kick it around the perimeter. Hawley up top, McDowell. Right side, Donald. Now back up top, three-pointer on the way. Reagans can't get it to go. It's short again. It's rebounded by Smith. BIC basketball. Down
Good
low.
pass.
Lercy got it to go in. It rolled around for a while and finally went in.
Good pass.
And it's a
Jeremy
single-digit lead now, 42-33. Marmaduke has let BIC climb back in this thing here in the second half.
Yeah, one time they had him 16 points. Maybe an 18 points.
18 was the biggest lead of the night. McDowell has it up top, gives it over to Van Gilder. Van Gilder wants somebody open inside. There's just not anybody. Now they work it inside to Hawley. Hawley lowers his shoulder and gets called for the charge. It doesn't matter if the guy is set or not. If you lower that shoulder, they're going to call it every time.
But see, what I'm having a problem with on that is they call that, but they're not calling that push-off with that left arm when BIC's bringing the ball.
Right, but when you lower the shoulder, it's so obvious you have to call it.
But you know what? That left arm's pretty obvious, too.
3 minutes to play here in that third quarter. It's a 9-point lead for Marmaduke, 42-33. What they're doing is they're wiping off some moisture off the Mustang in the paint there on the home side of the floor. Now we're back underway. Smith, three. Good. Wow. 42-36, a 6-point ball game. Marmaduke basketball. 2.5 to play, third quarter. McDowell up top. Now over on the right side to Hawley. Hawley inside the three-point line and makes the long two-pointer and ends the drought for the Greyhounds. 44-36. Here come the Mustangs. Smith brings it across. Smith works it inside. Lercy's in the right spot. He puts it up and in.
Hey, they're running that give and go. That's the third time down here they've ran that, and it's working for them with Lercy.
Y'all forgive me. I've been a little bit under the weather with this snow and all this stuff we've had. It's Marmaduke basketball. Reagans has it on the baseline. Jumper, 10-footer, won't go. It's rebounded by Marmaduke. Tate pulls down the rebound, gets it ahead to Davis. Davis drives all the way to the baseline, and he turns it over inside. Now he gets it back. Davis gets it back. He needs help, though, and he waits for help. He kicks it up top. Three-pointer in and out, no good. For number 15, Josh McCormick, it's Marmaduke basketball on the rebound. Oh, what a shot. He tripped over his own feet. He was going down. He slung the ball up in the air, and it fell down through the hoop. That was Hawley. My goodness. 46-38 Greyhounds. We're approaching the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter. Mustang basketball. Whistle, foul. Called against Marmaduke. On the floor. 62 seconds remaining here in the third. Lercy will inbound the ball for the Mustangs. They are down by 8 points. They get the ball in, and it's out of bounds again, touched by Marmaduke.
Well, you're just making havoc with these headphones.
Sorry. Doing my best, Chief. Smith gets the inbound pass. Smith, whistle, foul against Marmaduke. Now they're calling everything, it seems, and the Marmaduke fans are just not pleased. So they'll inbound it again. That's now 5 team fouls against Marmaduke, only 1 against Buffalo Island Central. They get it into Smith. Down under a minute. Smith, three-pointer, it won't go. Marmaduke with the rebound. He needs help. And Hawley shows up to give it to him. Hawley brings it across the timeline. Hawley looks like he may hold for one shot here in the end of the third quarter. We're down to 30 seconds left to play. Hawley working against Davis. Now he drives in himself. Now dumps it down low. Shot on. Nope, they're not going to let him shoot. On the floor. He got, the guy landed on his back.
Well, and that was the right call. That was a good call. I know the Marmaduke crowd don't agree with that one, and I don't blame them because they've had some bad calls up to this point, but that was a good call. He was already on his back before he ever went up and let the basketball out of his hands. So.
It was Derek Donald, and Donald, he wanted to go to the free throw line. They're not going to have it. It's going to be an inbound pass.
He just brought in a whole new crew, I guess, for foul, keep someone picking up a foul.
Yeah, some of them have not even been in the game. I'm not going to know their names right away. Hawley has the basketball. We're down to 13, 12, 11. Hawley drives in, puts it up off the glass. It will not go, and the rebound comes down to Nick Bollinger. Throws it ahead to Dylan Strickland. That shot won't go. Bollinger puts it back up, and it won't go at the buzzer. And we've got 1 quarter left to play. This is an 8-point ball game. 46-38. Marmaduke leads it. Back in 1 minute on your Primetime Sports. 8 minutes left in this ball game, and it has become a ball game. It was a blowout the first half, and now all of a sudden, BIC is back in this thing. 46-38. Marmaduke leads it. They have not relinquished the lead, but BIC is threatening. It's Marmaduke basketball to start things off, and it's batted out of bounds by BIC, so they'll get it back.
There's a drive by McDonald. BIC has the ball back. Davis bringing it down.
All right.
Deep, long pass to Tate, and it went out of bounds, so it's going to turn the ball back over to Marmaduke Greyhounds.
Sorry about that. All right.
I got you covered.
This weather's just kicking my tail. Marmaduke basketball. They're still leading by 8. 7.5 to play in the ball game. There's a new player in there. Number 23 is Chris Jones. Now they work it in the corner. McDowell, three-pointer. He has not found it this half.
No.
Can't seem to find it. He couldn't make it there either. It's Marmaduke basketball on the rebound. Now it's loose. Marmaduke comes up. BIC comes up with it. And Larsey puts it up and in. 6-point ball game. 46-40. 7 minutes to play.
Becoming a barn burner.
I've seen some barn burners between these two teams plenty of times.
Many a time.
Chris Jones, left side, wanting somebody open inside. There's not anybody. Now they work it over right side to Hawley. Now up top, McDowell. Now Donald. Donald works it inside. Winberry battles for position, puts it up and in.
Tell you why I like Winberry.
And you know what? They needed that bucket right there. 48-40 the score now. 6.5 to play in the ball game. Here come the Mustangs.
McCormick fixing to check back in for BIC, it looks like.
Now Tate on the right side. Now Larsey down on the baseline. Larsey battles, kicks it back up top. Davis puts it up, long two-pointer won't go. Tate comes down with the rebound. Now it's stolen. Pass stolen away by Hawley. Hawley on the run. One-on-one, loses the ball. And coming up with it is McCormick for BIC. Ahead to Davis. Now Larsey down low, off the glass and in. Back to a 6-point ball game, 48-42. Here come the Greyhounds. They've got the lead. They've got the basketball. Hawley gives it over right side. McDowell. McDowell wants somebody inside. He finds Jones. Jones turns around, puts it up. Can't get it to go. Partially blocked. Now it's loose. And a jump ball is going to be called. What do we got? No, they're going to give
referee on the far side
Marmaduke the timeout.
Well, he had possession of it, and he was trying to get his hands together. And Coach Ritchie stood up and started calling timeout, and the referee across the floor noticed him.
Now Coach Hope.
You have to have possession of the basketball, and number 12 was on the floor, and he did have it in his hands.
And they grant the timeout to Marmaduke. It's a 30-second timeout. We've already spent half of it talking, so we'll stay right here. 5.5 minutes to play in this ball game. It's a 6-point ball game. And I'm telling you, man, this is amazing comeback by BIC. I've seen comebacks like this before, but 18 points down in the first half, that's a heck of a comeback.
Yeah, they came out and they played a little bit different brand of basketball. They started working the ball down low to Laracy, and they had that give and go play about 3 times in a row, and
successfully all 3 times.
And they protected the ball a little bit better this half.
Well, it's Marmaduke basketball. They're trying to find somebody to inbound it to. They finally find Winberry. 5.5 minutes left in the ball game. Now Hawley sets up the Greyhound offense. Hawley drives in, down to the low block, puts it up and in. And he could have been, they could have called a foul there. They did not. 50-42. Back to an 8-point game. Here come the Mustangs. Right side of the floor, that's McCormick. Now they work it around the left side. Davis, now he throws it inside to McCormick. And now it's loose, and Marmaduke comes up with it. Greyhounds trying to hold off these pesky Mustangs. Hawley gives it over, right side. Reagans back inside. McDowell, turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound comes off to Laracy. Mustang basketball. Now it's stolen. Now it's loose. Now BIC has it back. They work it down low. Bollinger, he can't get it to drop. Laracy puts it up. He can't get it to go. Another offensive board. Davis goes up with it. He can't get it to go. Now it's loose. It goes, they save it in bounds. It's still BIC basketball. Laracy from the free throw line got it to go.
Oh, my goodness.
And now we've got a whistle. And there is some liquid on the floor on the other end. And before they got down there, the referee wanted to stop play so they could go down there and clean it up before they go down to that end of the floor. I haven't seen that happen before.
Yeah, because how do you know that's there with your back to it?
Who knows? But it's a 6-point ball game again.
A half a court away.
Yeah.
But anyway.
BIC stayed with that. They had 4 shots, 5 shots. And they stayed with that, and that was the hardest 2 points they've gotten all night long.
Well, the big play came with Jeremy Smith. He got trapped down the corner, and he was able to dribble out of it and kick the ball out to Laracy.
And now Marmaduke, unforced error, turns it over out of bounds. 4 minutes to play, and BIC is within 6 and can cut it to 4 or 3. Smith.
Down to 3:58.
Gives it over to Davis. Cross-court pass. Now it's on the way for a 3, and it will not go for Colbert, and it's rebounded by Marmaduke. Hawley brings it across.
Coach Ritchie telling Hawley, just slow it down.
He's sitting on it at half court.
Yeah.
With a 6-point lead and 3.5 to play. Now he gives it over to Reagans, left side. And he traveled with it, and nobody called it. You can't change pivot feet.
No, he did.
So now Hawley with it. Half court. Guarded by Davis. Hawley trying to eat the clock up. Now he picks up his dribble. Gives to McDowell. McDowell way out there at half court. McDowell falls on the floor. He falls on the half court stripe. Backcourt violation. BIC basketball.
Now Marmaduke is playing the second half and having these silly turnovers like BIC did the first half.
It's an exact reversal of fortune.
Yes.
The only difference is BIC's not shooting the lights out from 3-point line.
No.
Smith gets the inbound pass for the Mustangs. Down to 3 minutes to play. They work it inside to Tate. Tate turns around, throws it down low. Smith, he can't get it to go. Tate with the rebound, kicks it back out. They work it back in. That shot won't go for Strickland. Now we've got a travel on the rebound called against Marmaduke.
I would like to know how many shots BIC has missed down low tonight, what we just seen.
So they'll inbound it underneath their own basket. Smith will do the honors. He gets it in, and it's batted back out of bounds by McDowell. .243 left in this ball game. It's a 6-point game. Buffalo Island Central has the ball down by 6. They get it into Lacey. Now Colbert. Now Colbert has it stolen away. Hawley on the run. Fast break layup. That was Reagan. I keep doing that. Hawley and Reagan's. I keep getting them mixed up.
Holly's 3.
Yes, thank you so much. 52-44 now. Back to an 8-point game. 2.5 to play in the ball game. Tate to Lacey. Now inside. Turnaround jumper. Will not go for Strickland. It's rebounded by Marmaduke, and we're going the other way. That's Hawley right there. He's number 3, and he's got the basketball. Hawley is fouled on the floor. And that is only team foul number 3 against BIC in this half. They got a long way to go before they can send Marmaduke to the free throw line. Lots of fouls.
2:06 remaining in the game.
So they can kill a lot more clock.
BIC's taking a timeout.
Let's see how long it is. We may take it with them. It's a full timeout. We'll take it too. Back in 1 minute on YourPrimetimeSports.com. 2 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in this ball game. Second half has been way better than the first half. BIC climbed back in this thing. They've cut it to within 6 3 times. Have not been able to get any closer than that. It's an 8-point ball game right now, 52-44. Marmaduke leads, and they're going to have the ball coming out of this break. There's only 3 team fouls against BIC here in the second half, so they're going to have to foul a bunch of times to send Marmaduke to the free throw line. And they're successfully killing clock. They're playing keep away from the BIC players. Hawley, finally, a foul is called. 1:51 left to play. It's only team foul number 4. Sanders is the one that committed the foul.
First time we've seen him tonight.
Jacob Sanders. Yeah, they sent him in there just to foul.
I think they have 15 in there, too. No, that's McCormick, isn't it?
So now we're back underway. They're running more clock down, 140. Hawley finally is fouled. That's team foul number 5.
Same young man.
1:36 remaining in the ball game now. It's an 8-point game still.
Now they're going to send Strickland back in.
All right, they haven't changed it up on the scoreboard yet, but it is 5 team fouls. Should be against, yep, there it is now. Both teams now with 5 team fouls here with 96 seconds remaining in the ball game.
I don't understand why Davis just came out of the game for BIC, but
so now they throw it into Hawley, and they're going to try and kill some more clock. Still a couple of fouls to give. And they're chasing him around the floor, and they finally call the foul. Smith on his left hip. 1:26 remaining in the ball game. Took 10 seconds to commit that 6th foul. One more time they'll have to do it before they send him to the free throw line. They get it into Hawley. Hawley playing keep away from Smith again. Now they work it down low. Shot off the glass and in. They didn't see that coming. Derek Donald scores and makes it 54-44. Marmaduke, a 10-point ball game. They never saw that coming.
No.
Buffalo Island Central basketball with 1 minute to play. Turnaround jumper good from the free throw line for McCormick. 54-46. The press is on. They get it across the timeline, batted out of bounds. Ooh, he slid into third base over there.
Head first. Good hustle by Jeremy Smith.
49 seconds left to play. It is an 8-point ball game. It is Marmaduke's lead, and they have the ball. The next foul will send someone to the free throw line for Marmaduke. Now, that one's kicked out of bounds by BIC. They'll inbound it again. They get it in to Donald. And now Donald throws to Hawley. Hawley is fouled, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1 with 44 seconds left to play. Got to make the free throws if you want to hold them off. Let's see if they can do it. Got the first one. He can make it a 10-point game on the second one. a 4-possession game with this free throw. He didn't get it. Offensive rebound. Winberry puts it up and in.
Winberry's picked up more garbage rebounds and more buckets tonight, just like that.
57-46 now, a 4-possession game with 30 seconds to play. BIC wasting a lot of time.
That's a double dribble, but they didn't call it.
They're not going to call it with 20 seconds left to play and down by 11. And on the rebound,
Holly's feet went out from under. That's probably just sweat, moisture, or something down low. And
with 20 seconds left to play,
as he got the rebound and made his cut, he just like he was on ice.
It's not going to matter much. 11-point ball game. BIC is going to get it back, but there's no way you're going to score 11 points in 20 seconds. Marmaduke will improve to 5-0 in conference play, 11-4 on the season. BIC will fall to 3-3 in conference play, 11-6 on the season. Three-pointer on the way, well off the mark. Larsey tracks it down, throws it back into Davis. Davis can't get it to go. Now it's rebounded by McDowell. And Coach Oath calls off the Dogs. No fouling. We're going to let the clock run out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the ball game. Marmaduke travels to Monette and comes out victorious on their first appearance ever on YourPrimetimeSports.com. I'm going to have to point that out to Coach Ritchie, let him know that the first time he was ever on the air with us, they won the ball game.
We need to get Coach Ritchie up to Battens one Saturday morning anyway.
Yeah, we're going to try and do that. So that's it here. I'm going to write that score down, 57-46, so that I can post that up on Facebook.
Yeah, and keep both of these.
That's going to do it from the MAC here in Monette, the Mustang Athletic Complex. That's Clifton Garmrath, and I'm Dave Grimm, and we will see you in a couple of weeks for the Greene County Tech Christmas Classic right here on YourPrimetimeSports.com. You guys take care.